stop. Before you reach for that cardigan this morning, the one hanging on the chair, the one you have been wearing 3 times a week, I need you to look at what it is actually doing to your silhouette, not what it feels like, what it looks like. The cardigan is the single most commonly worn garment in the wardrobes of women over 60, and it is also the garment most consistently worn in ways that quietly erase every good thing about the outfit underneath it. The right cardigan, worn the right way, is one of the most elegant pieces in any wardrobe. The wrong cardigan, or the right cardigan worn the wrong way, turns a well-chosen outfit into something that reads as shapeless, heavy, and years older than the woman wearing it. A cardigan is a layer. The job of a layer is to add to an outfit without subtracting from it. When a cardigan is worn in a way that closes the silhouette rather than opening it, it subtracts. It hides the waist. It adds visual weight to the hips. It eliminates the vertical lines that create length and elegance. Every correction on this countdown is available in the way the cardigan is chosen, belted, layered, or buttoned. The most damaging cardigan mistake of all is the last one. Mistake number 6, the cardigan that is too long. The most common length mistake is the hip-length or thigh-length cardigan, worn without a belt or any structural element to break its length. A cardigan that falls to the hip or below creates a single vertical column of fabric, from the shoulder to the hem. That column does not elongate. It reads as a rectangle of soft fabric that covers the body from shoulder to hip in a single unbroken mass. The eye has nowhere to land inside that mass. There is no waist, no definition, no moment of interest between the shoulder and the hem. The result is a silhouette that reads as shorter, wider, and heavier than the body inside the cardigan actually is. The fix is to introduce a waist. A belt worn over the cardigan at the natural waist converts the shapeless column into a shaped garment in a single addition. The belt creates 2 distinct visual sections above and below the waist, gives the eye a clear point of definition to land on, and converts the draping fabric from a shapeless mass into an intentional structured piece. If a belt feels like too much, the fix is to choose a cardigan that ends at the high hip, approximately where the trouser pocket sits. Below the pocket, a belt becomes necessary. Above the pocket, the shorter length does the work on its own. A wide, warm leather belt worn over a long-line cardigan at the natural waist converts the cardigan from a layer into a garment. The belted long-line cardigan becomes structured. The waist becomes the focal point. The fabric that falls below the belt creates a soft drape that reads as elegant rather than shapeless. Mistake number 5, the cardigan worn fully buttoned. A cardigan buttoned all the way from the bottom button to the top button creates a closed garment, a single surface from hem to collar with no opening in the center front. And a closed cardigan loses everything that makes a cardigan superior to a sweater. The vertical line that runs from the collar to the hem along the button placket when the cardigan is open. The layering interest created by the contrast between the cardigan and the garment underneath it, and the proportional play that comes from having the eye divide the torso into left and right sections, rather than seeing a single closed surface. A closed cardigan is a sweater with unnecessary buttons. An open cardigan is one of the most consistently flattering garment structures available because the 2 open edges create 2 vertical lines that run the full length of the body, and vertical lines always read as elongating, slimming, and current. The fix is to wear the cardigan open, or to leave just the bottom, 1 or 2 buttons undone to allow the hemline to swing open and create movement. If the garment underneath the cardigan is a solid color that complements the cardigan, the narrow strip of visible garment running from collar to hem provides exactly the vertical interest that a closed cardigan was eliminating. The partially buttoned cardigan, where just the middle 2 or 3 buttons are fastened, creates a narrow, visible strip at both the neckline and the hem while defining a soft waist through the buttoned middle section. It has the structure of the closed cardigan and the vertical line of the open one. If you have been wearing your cardigans fully open or fully closed for years, the partially buttoned option is worth a 3-second experiment in the mirror. Mistake number 4. The cardigan in a color that drains the face. The cardigan sits close to the face. In most wearing scenarios, over a blouse or a simple top, the cardigan is the garment whose color is most visible from a conversational distance, most present in the peripheral frame of the face, which means the cardigan color is directly affecting the apparent warmth, radiance, and vitality of the face above it. A cardigan in a cool, draining color, cool gray, cool navy, muted olive, ashy beige, reflects cool light upward onto the face and makes the skin look flatter and more tired than it actually is. For women over 60 whose skin has already lost some of its natural warmth and radiance, a cool-toned cardigan creates the maximum draining effect at the maximum proximity to the face. The fix is warm. A cardigan in warm camel, warm ivory, warm rust, warm burgundy, warm blush, or warm gold reflects warm light upward onto the face and makes the skin look warmer, more luminous, and more alive. This does not require buying new cardigans. It requires looking at the cardigan collection and noticing which cardigans have warm undertones and which have cool ones, and reaching first for the warm ones. Hold the cardigan near your face in natural light and look at your skin beside it. If the skin looks slightly more alive, slightly more warm, slightly more like itself, the cardigan has a warm undertone. If the skin looks slightly more tired, slightly more gray, slightly more drained, the cardigan has a cool undertone. That 2-second skin test is more reliable than any color description because the result is specific to your skin rather than to a generic rule. The warm cardigan is always the more flattering choice for a face over 60. Always. Mistake number 3. The cardigan that is too heavy for the outfit. A chunky, heavily textured or thick-knit cardigan worn over a fine fabric blouse or a lightweight dress creates a weight mismatch that the eye reads as imbalance. The heavy cardigan overwhelms the lighter garment underneath it. The heavy fabric adds visual mass to the upper body at exactly the point where adding visual mass is least welcome. The shoulders, the chest, the upper arms. And the heavy cardigan in the wrong proportion often creates the specific silhouette problem that women over 60 most want to avoid. A silhouette that reads as wide and top-heavy, with the largest visual weight concentrated at the upper body. The fix is to match cardigan weight to outfit weight. A fine silk blouse or a lightweight jersey dress pairs best with a fine knit or lightweight cardigan, one that adds a layer of coverage without doubling the visual weight of the upper body. Reserve the chunky, heavy knit cardigans for casual outfits built around the same weight. Denim, heavy jersey, structured trousers, where the heavy cardigan is not the only heavy element in the outfit. A very heavily textured cardigan, cable knit, boucle, chunky rib, adds not just visual weight, but visual noise to the upper body. That texture competes with the face for the eye's attention. For women over 60 whose primary style goal is to draw the eye toward the face, a smooth or fine-textured cardigan is almost always the more face-flattering choice. The texture of the cardigan should complement the face rather than compete with it. Mistake number 2. the cardigan as a substitute for getting dressed. This is the mistake that is easiest to identify and hardest to admit, because it is not really a mistake about cardigans. It is a mistake about engagement. The cardigan worn as a substitute for getting dressed is the cardigan that goes over pajama-style comfortable, separates, because the act of putting on the cardigan transforms the combination into something that can technically be worn outside. The cardigan worn over the same neutral top and the same comfortable trousers that were worn yesterday and the day before, not because the outfit was deliberately chosen, but because the cardigan covers enough of it that the specific choices underneath become less visible. The cardigan as a way of avoiding the outfit rather than completing it. The fix is to treat the cardigan as the last layer rather than the only layer. Before reaching for the cardigan, ask whether the outfit underneath is one that was chosen, not perfect, not formal, just chosen, actively selected rather than simply present. A cardigan over a chosen outfit completes it. A cardigan over an unchosen outfit replaces it. The difference is visible. The woman who chose the outfit knows it the moment she looks in the mirror. For women navigating significant loss, the cardigan as a cover is sometimes a very literal expression of the desire to be less visible, less present during a period of pain. If that resonates, this is not a judgment. The invitation to treat the cardigan as the last layer rather than the only one is an invitation to take one small, deliberate step back toward the version of yourself who gets dressed in the morning, which is often one of the first and most available signs of re-emergence. And now, mistake number 1. The most damaging cardigan mistake for women over 60. Mistake number 1. The cardigan in a color that matches everything and distinguishes nothing. This is the grayish oatmeal, taupe, or mid-gray cardigan that lives in almost every wardrobe over 60 because it was chosen specifically for its ability to go with everything. It matches the navy trousers and the black skirt, and the patterned blouse and the solid top. It never clashes. It never creates a color problem. It never requires thought. And it never adds anything. A cardigan in a color that matches everything and distinguishes nothing is the visual equivalent of a sentence filler, a word that occupies space without contributing meaning. When the eye sees a grayish cardigan over a solid top, it sees a muted, neutralized outfit that has no clear intention, no clear personality, no clear focal point. The cardigan was supposed to complete the outfit. Instead, it dissolved it. The fix is color. Not necessarily bold color. Not necessarily a dramatic or adventurous color. But a color that has a specific character. A warm camel instead of the beige. A warm ivory instead of the oatmeal. A warm rust instead of the taupe. A warm burgundy instead of the gray. A cardigan that has a specific color character does something that the grayish cardigan cannot. It makes the outfit visible. It creates a moment of color near the face that the eye registers as a choice. And a choice, in the language of personal style, always reads as more current, more intentional, and more alive than the absence of a choice. Go to the place where your cardigans live and pick up the first grayish or neutral cardigan you see. Set it to one side. Then look at what is left. Look for the one with the most specific color character. The warmest camel. The most interesting rust. The most particular shade of anything that has a genuine identity, rather than a neutral blankness. Put that one on instead. The cardigan you have been wearing because it goes with everything has been quietly erasing every outfit you put on underneath it. The cardigan you wear because of its specific warmth and character will make every outfit underneath it more visible, and you along with it. Which of these 6 cardigan mistakes did you recognize in your own wardrobe? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one.